And in presidential politics, former Utah Governor Jan Huntsman joins the 2012 race today. The Republican, who most recently served as ambassador to China for President Obama, faces what many are calling a rocky road to the White House. CBS News political correspondent Jan Crawford is in Washington with more this morning. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning, Erica. And that's right. I mean, Huntsman makes it official this morning, but a lot of people, including in the Obama administration, already are talking about how he could give Barack Obama a real run for the money in the general election. But before he can take on Obama, he's got to win that Republican primary, and that may be a challenge in light of some of his past positions. He's worked for Presidents Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, but it's Jan Huntsman's ties to another president that has many Republicans questioning his GOP credentials, President Barack Obama.
So I'm extraordinarily pleased to announce that Jan Huntsman will be our ambassador to China.
Huntsman left his second term as Utah's governor to serve for more than a year and a half as Mr. Obama's ambassador to China. Now Huntsman will have to contend with the political fallout of letters like this one from 2009, when he called the president a remarkable leader. Skeptical Republicans are also worried about Huntsman's conservative bona fides on social issues. As Governor, Huntsman seemed open to a mandate for health care in his state, as he said in an interview on Utah Public Television in 2007.
It's a mandate of health insurance. Are you comfortable with that, with requiring every Utahn to get health insurance?
I'm comfortable with a requirement. You can call it whatever you want, but at some point we're going to have to get serious about how we deal with this issue.
The former governor has since backed away from this and other positions unpopular with the GOP base and is emphasizing his conservative values.
As Utah's governor, I cut taxes across the board, which amounted to the largest tax cut in my state's history.
While Huntsman makes the case he should be the standard bearer for the Republican Party, he also needs name recognition. A recent CBS News poll showed 87% of Republican voters say they don't know enough about him. Now, Huntsman is going to present himself as a modern-day conservative. He will obviously talk about Ronald Reagan, but also about how those values apply today. Now, after his announcement, he will take that message on the road to a state, Erica, where he must do well, New Hampshire.
Yeah, a lot of eyes focused on New Hampshire, even at this early date. Jan, though, when you talk to your sources, when you talk to political strategists, folks within the party, does the Republican Party, especially the top brass, see Huntsman as a viable candidate?
Well, absolutely they do because of his experience, but whether or not he will actually become a viable candidate in the eyes of the voters is another question. I mean, he has really got to distance himself from President Obama. I think he can distance himself from the rest of the Republican candidates. He's already doing that. I mean, I think he's kind of running partly as this hip, cool candidate, almost, you know, the opposite of Mitt Romney, someone with Romney's qualifications and business experience. But, you know, he's kind of saying, I'm not your, 1950s dad here. I'm the cool guy. In his speeches, Erica, he's talking about, I dropped out of high school and got past that. And he even released this campaign ad showing that he's riding his Harley, through the desert. He speaks Mandarin Chinese. He even quotes from the lyrics of alternative rock songs. I mean, you don't see a lot of Republican candidates doing that. But his history with the White House, I think, will be his great challenge. How he separates himself with Barack Obama and gets through that Republican primary.
Jan Crawford in Washington. Jan, thanks.